play for. And as always, they're motivated this week with Nebraska on their schedule. Earlier this season, in fact, Colorado head coach Dan Hawkins made a lighthearted yet derisive comment about Nebraska right when the Buffs were 0-5 and in the midst of Baylor week. The Huskers didn't hear it at the time, but they're aware of it now. It's Colorado week at Nebraska, and even though the Huskers have already locked up the North, they say there's still plenty to play for.
This is an important football game for us. We want to go into, into a championship game with momentum, and that's what we're trying to work for. We're trying to, get that win so we can go down, to Arrowhead and represent the North in a good fashion.
Before last year's Colorado game, head coach Bill Callahan used these Restore the Order t-shirts to motivate his guys. This time around, Callahan doesn't have to say too much because Colorado head coach Dan Hawkins already has.
Hey, just remember this, at 0-5, the worst days as a Buff is better than the best days as a Husker. Just remember that.
As if this rivalry needed any extra fuel for the fire, Dan Hawkins poured a gallon of gasoline on it with his comments earlier this season. And head coach Bill Callahan played the tape for his team on Sunday.
Yeah, we laughed and felt kind of mad that, that he would say something like that, and it's kind of like disrespect.
We know we're not liked over there. We're aware of that, so they weren't really too surprised, by the comments. Nobody was really surprised.
Whatever Colorado wants to say, they can say. It's another game for us, and it's a big game for us, and we need to go out there and win it.
I mean, it is what it is. We really not paying no attention to that. We worried about us. We stay focused on what we got to do to win the game, and then we could go down to Kansas City.
Now, Hawkins isn't the only CU coach who's been talking. Last week, former Colorado quarterback and current CU assistant Darian Hagan told the Boulder Daily camera, quote, "We're going to go in there with fire in our eyes and try and hit them in the mouth and kick their butt. So when they go and play in the Big 12 championship, they're going to be limping in." John, if the Buffs' bite is as good as their bark, we might be in for a decent football game today.
Well, Matt, it just seems every year they do this, but I hate it when people say that you can throw out the records when these teams play, although you have to admit, Colorado always seems to bring their best when they take on Nebraska. And as Matt will tell you, those CU people love to talk, and we'll check back with you a little bit later. Matt will let you talk a little bit more. But today, 18 Nebraska seniors will take the field at Memorial Stadium for the last time. Think of what these guys have been through. There's been a change in offensive and defensive coordinators, followed by a total change in the coaching staff. They saw the end of the nation's longest bowl streak, the first losing season since the Johnson administration here at Nebraska. And through it all, they've persevered, and now they have one more chance to make that walk through that tunnel.
I think we're a close group. We came in with a lot more people that aren't here anymore, and the guys that made it through these 5 years, they've been through a lot of stuff, so we're definitely a close group. If you have the same coach for 5 years, you just learn from him. I had 3 different D-line coaches, 3 different defensive coordinators, so you get to learn from each person because each person does something different, so I think it was beneficial.
I'd be lying if I said that I'm not going to notice at all that it's the last time, but I'm going to try to place as little emphasis on it as I can to make sure that I'm prepared for the game. I'd much rather go out and play very well in the game than be all caught up emotionally in it being the last time.
It truly is an impressive group of kids, and they're going to be successful once they leave Nebraska and graduate. Whether they play pro ball or not, if they go on into their careers, they're going to represent Nebraska and represent themselves awfully well. I'm really proud of this group of kids.
Well, and among those 18 departing seniors is a co-captain whose contribution just cannot be measured by numbers alone. It's hard to imagine where the Huskers would be without quarterback Zach Taylor, but that would have been the situation if now departed quarterback Harrison Beck hadn't given his approval for Coach Bill Callahan to go recruit this quarterback out of Butler Community College.
He was only supposed to be a bridge quarterback to the future. 2 years later, Zach Taylor will leave Nebraska as the school's all-time leader in pass attempts, completions, and yardage.
Again to the end zone and purified.
Touchdown!
Whatever you want to call me, that's fine. You know, as long as I walk out of here with a ring on my finger, then I don't know if you say I'm the worst quarterback that ever stepped on the field, it won't bother me. So whatever people want to call it, they can call it. You know, I think this program's going to be in pretty good hands next year, whoever wins the job, and that's fine for me. I think I did a pretty good job, and you know, I can rest easy walking out of here.
You know what's amazing is his 2 years. It seems like he hasn't even been here for 2 years, and in that very short period of time, he's allowed us to accelerate this program faster than any player that I've ever been around. Nebraskans should be really proud of this kid and what he's brought to this program.
Taylor has shown amazing durability despite taking a beating at times in an offense in transition. It's his toughness that won over his teammates in the spring of 2005.
You know, it's probably our second or third week of the spring, and you know, we had an all-out scrimmage. We took the green jerseys off him, and he went against the first defense, and he got whacked about 3 times in a row. I mean, they buried him in the turf out here. He just kept getting up, jumping right back in the huddle, and you know, he never pointed the finger at anybody, never blamed anybody, never lost his cool. You know, he just called the next play and said, "This is what we're going to do, guys," and I think he earned a lot of respect from his teammates in the huddle by doing that. And
my memory is Jay Moore hitting me and split my lip open. That's what my memory is. And you know, I remember taking a couple shots that day, and you know, you just try to get up as fast as you can, and really that's the first chance I had to make an impression on my teammates. And so, you know, I tried my best, and I felt like things went pretty well after that scrimmage.
After 2 years on the job, Taylor shows no signs of going soft. He came back to lead the game-winning drive against Texas A&M after taking a shot to the head on the previous possession.
Just like in A&M, you know, one play he got knocked out, and you know, he got up, eyes was rolling, and you know, he wanted to finish the game.
In an era of shameless self-promotion and endless bravado, Zach Taylor consistently rejects any attempts to heap praise on his shoulders. He always credits his teammates and coaches, and it's that attitude that's made this son of a Sooner football player and a native of Norman, Oklahoma, a Husker for life.
How many people up here picture it going down like that? But, you know, my whole family, they're huge Nebraska fans now, you know, and I'm a huge Nebraska fan, obviously, and so it doesn't really matter where I came from at this point. You know, I'm a Nebraskan, and I've had a great time here, and so I know my family's going to be happy to see me play here in a Nebraska uniform my last game. So, you know, we'll be Nebraska fans for the rest of my life. You know, it doesn't matter that we're from Norman, Oklahoma.
Taylor says if he hadn't gotten the offer from Nebraska, he probably would have ended up at Marshall University. You can bet Bill Callahan is very happy that he came here to Nebraska. The coach says if Taylor decides to pursue pro football, he will develop into an excellent player. Well, still ahead here on Big Red Zone Game Day, another Husker senior who has persevered through constant pain just to play the game he loves. We meet Greg Austin coming up next. And later, what the heck are the defensive linemen up to with this pregame ritual? More complete coverage. This is Big Red Zone Game Day on KETV News Watch 7.
At Creighton University Medical Center, we understand women's health issues. That's why we built the Center for Breast Care, where a woman receives complete breast care all in one place.
Specially trained physicians, nurses, and technologists are together under one roof. You have one appointment in one location, and within the same day, you will know your diagnosis and treatment plan. Contact the Center for Breast Care at Creighton University Medical Center or go to KETV.com Health Source.
What's better than wrapping yourself in a full-length Christian Nobel mink coat, winning it for free on KETV.com. Log on now and register to win.
At Walker Tire and Auto Service, we value our customers. Commandment number 1. Your time is valuable.
Blockbuster Total Access, Netflix. Essentially, they work the same way. You order movies online. They come right to your mailbox. You watch them, then mail them back in a prepaid envelope. But what if you're thinking, let's watch another movie right away? With Netflix, you mail them back and wait. But only Blockbuster gives you the option of bringing them back to the store and exchanging them. No extra charge. Here's your new movie, sir. So you never have to wait.
That was fast.
Movies through the mail plus movies through the store, one low price. That's Blockbuster Total Access. Get your free trial at Blockbuster.com.
KETV.com. More video, more updates at Omaha's only true live Doppler radar on the web. More complete coverage. KETV.com.
Rogers takes the ball at the 30. He's hit and got away. Back upfield to the 35, to the 40. He's to the 45. He's to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 20, to the 10. He's all the way home. Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put him in the aisle.
Now the activity already starting to pick up in downtown Lincoln as the Nebraska Cornhuskers get ready to take on Colorado. Welcome back to Big Red Zone Game Day. You know, the visiting team has won the last 4 Nebraska-Colorado games, and the Huskers hope to turn that one around when the teams meet here in Lincoln at 2:30 right here on KETV. Well, we don't know if Nebraska offensive guard Greg Austin will play in today's game. He sprained his knee in the Oklahoma State game a month ago, but you have to know if there's any chance that Austin can go, he'll be out here. It's the last game at Memorial Stadium for Greg Austin, and most people in his situation would have thrown in the towel a long time ago.
If I can play, I'm gonna play. So, I mean, that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. Inspiration, that just comes inevitably. I mean, you're inspired by guys who do certain things on a certain team. But, I mean, to me, it's just every day. This mentality I've had every day. If I can play, I'm gonna play. If I can't, then I can't.
He's meant a lot from a leadership perspective, Steve. He's really been the head bell cow in that whole group that the players look up to and admire. I would tell you that Greg is he's inspirational in so many ways. This guy has a burning desire to be on the field in his last game here at Memorial Stadium as a senior.
Austin is working on 2 bad knees these days. The most recent injury to his left knee is a partial ligament tear. But 3 years ago this month, he severely injured the right knee in practice. It's been a constant source of pain because there's so little cartilage remaining that, as Austin puts it, it's bone on bone.
Most people would have quit football, you know, because I'm sure that, you know, when he's 45 or 50 years old, you know, he's not going to be walking straight unless medical science comes along with something great. But he's a guy who has given his heart and soul to football and given his body sacrifice tremendously. I can't say enough good things about him. He's a great kid.
And at no time did Callahan ever suggest it would be in Austin's best interest to hang it up.
When a player has a passion, and he has in athletics and sports, it means everything to those guys. You know, I would never, ever try to hurt their spirit or kill their spirit.
I want to play in every game that I can play in and contribute in what ways I can. This is not even like a major injury. It's kept me out for a couple of games thus far. But I mean, just the type of injuries that's the key. And I mean, it's just to me, it's another injury I got to get over, more stats I got to get to play.
Well, Greg Austin says it's going to be an emotional last walk out of that tunnel today. He says he doesn't think he'll cry, but he knows he'll feel something. Pain is probably going to be one of those because of his knee. Well, still ahead on Big Red Zone Game Day, the former walk-on who made his biggest impact in the most recent game when he helped the Huskers rally to victory over Texas A&M. And next, it may be the most unconventional warm-up in all of college football. We'll get the lowdown on slow-mo from the Huskers. This is Big Red Zone Game Day on KETV News Watch 7.
Last year, the Salvation Army helped more than 300,000 people in need. This was made possible through the generosity of folks just like you.
American National Bank is where American dreams come true.
We're proud to have the Salvation Army's red kettles in all of our banks and delighted to be the new home of the Tree of Lights.
There are always people in need. You can help by donating to the Tree of Lights. Drop money in a red kettle or donate online. KETV and American National Banks wish you the very best this holiday season.
It's a good thing for me to help out my community. You're representing something that's greater than yourself. Recently there was a tornado that went through and it tore our city up really bad, and the National Guard, they left their own families in order to help out everybody else's families. When I served overseas, I understood how to do things quickly and efficiently. I still have I can do things on my own mentality, but I understand that teamwork is going to get you a lot farther. Hear the story about how the Guard changed my life at 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
Check out the great offers on America's undisputed leader, Ford F-Series, during Ford's year-end event.
Let's get it started.
F-150 offers a luxurious car-like interior built on the strongest frame in its class. Maybe that's why there are more F-Series on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand. Get it started in a truck that's built Ford tough. Now, for a limited time, lease an F-150 Super Cab or Super Crew for only $269 a month during Ford's year-end event.
Got a problem and just don't know where to turn? Local experts at KETV.com can help. We've teamed up with experts in a wide variety of specialties.
Does your financial future look uncertain? The experts at Strategic Wealth Solutions can help you plan a comfortable future. Maybe a new career would help. One Staff Training and Development can show you a path to a new future. With all this great advice, you probably feel like dancing. Don't know how? Simply Ballroom can have you quick stepping with a smile.
You don't have to tackle all these problems alone. Get help from a local expert at KETV.com.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The band continues to rehearse. Consecutive sellout number 283 will be on hand later this afternoon as 19th-ranked Nebraska closes out the regular season against a 2-9 Colorado Buffaloes team. In a couple of hours, the Huskers will be out here warming up and getting ready, and when they do, the Nebraska defensive line will continue their wacky warm-up procedures. Matt Schick joins us again from Omaha. Matt, you know, I almost couldn't believe this the first time I saw it.
No, me too, and most fans had no idea this thing even took place. It's not something you usually see from a bunch of 300-pound football players, but as we learned, it's what sets this group apart from the rest. Tradition, a word synonymous with Nebraska. The tunnel walk, the fight song after every win. And to the list, you can now add the slow-mo. The pregame warm-up routine of the defensive line, the brainchild of assistant coach John Blake.
A couple of years ago when he first got here, he talked about doing slow-mo, just do something in slow motion, you know.
Blake's original intention was to have his players perform the moves they would actually use in the game in slow motion. It quickly turned into a pregame improv group.
If somebody, I don't know who it was from last year, was just getting crazy with it, did start doing his own thing. Coach Blake liked it. He said, go and run with it then. And then we just all started running with it, just doing whatever. Now it's tradition now.
Ola Daganduro has been taking part in slow-mo for 2 seasons now. Through his leadership and vision, Ola has helped the defensive line take it to the next level.
How do you come up with these things?
It's hours and hours of practice.
And how do you choreograph them and fine-tune them?
Hours and hours of film study.
From the classic dog on a leash to the snazzy group picture, the slow-mo is intriguing and at the same time perplexing.
How does this slow motion stuff get you ready for a game?
How does it not?
Well, how can it help you in a game?
How can it not?
Have you seen the defensive lines dance that they do before games, the slow-mo stuff?
Man, we don't call that dancing. You mean like the convulsing and shaking? He doesn't understand. I wouldn't expect him to comprehend it. It's a D-line thing.
No matter how goofy or utterly unnecessary it may look, it appears slow-mo isn't going anywhere.
You can take the defense out of the slow-mo, but you can't take the slow-mo out of the defense.
I don't understand that first part.
Just focus on the second part. I came to Nebraska to play. I stayed to slow-mo.
You know, for as tight a ship as Nebraska seems to run sometimes, it's refreshing to see them goof around a little bit. John Schutz joins us again from Lincoln. And John, I know you were upset about it earlier this week. You still got to be fuming that they stole those moves from you.
I know. You know, I like to bust those out every once in a while, but actually, no, that would be very bad. But, Matt, thanks. We're going to check in with you again a little bit later. Well, we've got a big day of college football ahead here on Channel 7, but some news breaking out of Miami right now. University of Miami head coach Larry Coker has been fired. The Hurricanes won last night against Boston College. They're 6-6 on the season, but Larry Coker out as the head coach at the University of Miami. Still ahead, John Oakey joins us with news headlines. Julie Cornell is out on the town looking for bargains, shopping, and when we come back to Memorial Stadium, we break down today's matchup between the Huskers and the Colorado Buffaloes. This is Big Red Zone Game Day on KETV Newswatch 7.
I've been telling you for years that Champion is the easy choice in home improvements. And now, a sale.
And what a sale. It's our first ever Thanksgiving sale. For one day only, this Saturday you can save 45% off Champion windows and siding and 20% off patio rooms. Bring in your measurements and digital pictures for instant pricing. It's this Saturday only at Champion.
Remember, during the Champion Open House sale, the easy choice in home improvements meets the best time to buy.
I'm a bug. Not just any bug. I'm Coupon Bug. I'm new, and I'm going to save you money every day. Honest. Just log on to couponbug.com. Couponbug.com. Print out your own coupons and save. It's that easy.
Look for America's best brands at couponbug.com.
Come on. Embrace your inner bug. Log on, print your own coupons, and save. Coupon Bug. I am so easy.
Happy holidays, folks, from all of us at H&H Chevrolet. Tom Park with a huge opportunity now through December 2nd. When you buy any new Chevrolet from our giant inventory, you're going to get a $500 prepaid Visa card for the holidays from General Motors. Now, H&H is going to add another $500 to it. On top of the already low price that you find, and used car and truck buyers, we haven't forgotten you. You get one too, but only through December 2nd and only at H&H Chevrolet. It's fast, fun, and friendly.
Whether you need help with your taxes or year-round financial assistance, we've got just the place at KETV.com. Log on to our homepage and click on Money. You'll find tips and services from Boyle, Hess & Elliott, certified public accountants, your trusted financial advisor since 1947. From tax planning and preparation to retirement planning and QuickBook consulting and more. So when you need help with your finances, turn to KETV.com's Money page. Sponsored by Boyle, Hess & Elliott, certified public accountants.
Well, the preparations continue here in Lincoln as the band continues their practice. Coming up later today, it's Nebraska taking on Colorado in the Big 12 regular season finale for both teams. More game day coverage coming up in a moment, but first, an update of this morning's news. KETV Newswatch 7 First News anchor John Oakey joins us from the Newsplex with this hour's headlines. John?
Well, John, thanks. Well, our cameras were there this morning as Omaha police looked for the driver who led them on a chase overnight. Authorities say they tried to stop the vehicle on Interstate 80, but the driver exited at 24th Street, ran from the vehicle along Deer Park. Now, the police and Nebraska State Patrol K-9 units, along with the police helicopter, attempted to find the driver, who at last report was not apprehended. Omaha police continue to look for the person who killed a teenager. Police say 18-year-old Troy Liggins was shot to death around 3 Thursday morning near 25th and Bristol. No arrests have been made, but police did take several people in for questioning. Well, downtown Omaha, a little bit brighter. This after the switch was turned on to 1 million plus lights at the annual Holiday Lights Festival. Omaha police estimate close to 12,000 people saw the ceremony last night at the Gene Leahy Mall. Besides the festival, many listened to music at the Holland Center, skated at the Quest Center, even did a little shopping. You can see the lights up until January 7th. Well, now your Big Red Zone game day forecast. Here's meteorologist Andrea Brado.
Thanks, John. We are looking at some cloudy skies that you could probably see in John Schutz's live shot right now in the capital city. Here in the metro, we are beginning to see a little bit of a break in the clouds, and that's what we're really expecting for the capital city as we head throughout the day. So you're heading down to the game. Let's show you what you've got. Tailgating, we're talking around noon, starting a little early, 53 with partly cloudy skies. Now, as you go into the game, the temperatures are going to rise because the afternoon high reached right around 3, 4 o'clock, and we're expecting by halftime to be near 57, and that should be close to our high for the day. Now, the sun is going to set just before 5 o'clock, so by the end of the game, the temperatures do start to cool. Post-game, we're looking at near 50 degrees, but overall, for November football game, you can't ask for better weather out there. You look at the 7-day forecast, and as we head into the weekend as well, it is looking very nice. 54 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday. We bring in some rain chances next week, but we really could use the moisture. Then some very cold air hits Wednesday and Thursday. We're talking 30s for highs, teens for the overnight lows. This time of year, we're expected to see temperatures in the mid-40s, so the fact that we're getting into the upper 50s, very unusual. Enjoy it. It's going to to be great for football weather.
You enjoy the football game, not feel guilty, still get out there tomorrow and do that yard work.
That or put up the Christmas lights. You still have a couple of days left.
All right, you're going down to the game. Have a good time.
I am getting in the car now and heading down.
All right, Andrea, thanks. Well, it is good weather for football and shopping. KETV News Watch 7's Julie Cornell with the tough assignment this morning. Live at Village Point among all those people looking for the big bargains. I'm sure there's plenty out there, Julie.
Hey, John, lots of bargains. Village Point is decked out for the holiday. We're told that Big Red merchandise is making a comeback this year, but the really big push this morning is for those pre-dawn bargains. Lots of them out there. Hundreds of shoppers flooded the Best Buy at 75th and Dodge. It took nearly 15 minutes before everyone in the huge line made their way into the store. Several folks had been outside since the store opened, since 6 p.m. Thursday. Now, once the sale items were found, customers then waited in another long line at the checkout. Speaking of long lines, this is what Nebraska Furniture Mart looked like around 7 a.m. Thousands of people filled the huge showroom. Now, many people hoping to get their hands on one of these 15-inch LCD TVs. It's not shopping, they say it's a safari.
I love it. It's like the excitement, the thrill of the hunt. You know, it's hunt and find and grab. And we already have 2 things. We're back for more.
This is crazy. This is my first time. I ain't coming back no more. This is my last time.
Now, after tonight's game, we invite you to come out to Village Point. That's where meteorologist Bill Ramby and I will be lighting the big Christmas tree behind me. Santa Claus will be coming down Main Street. That's shortly after 7 o'clock, and it all starts just as today's Husker game should be ending. And we think we're going to be celebrating a Husker victory tonight. John?
That's the way we see it, Julie. Thanks a lot, and don't forget to pick out my gift a little bit later. Appreciate that. All right. Well, there's still a lot more to come on Big Red Zone Game Day. Stick around.
Here at the station that some of the huge savings that have been going on at Menards will continue. Is that right?
Yes, but only through tomorrow.
Don't miss the 2-day specials at Menards. Like Sunbeam kitchen sets for only $9.99 after rebate. A 2400 PSI pressure washer is only $199. Hickory Farms holiday gift sets for $7.77. Deluxe gift sets for $9.99. Or classic games for only $2.99. But hurry, deals this big won't last long.
The Who is back. December 7th, Quest Center, Omaha. Tell me who are you? Featuring the hits. And their new music, including the mini rock opera, Wiring Glass, with special guests, The Pretenders. Tickets on sale now. Uncut, uncensored, unrepentant.
Get more complete news coverage on your cell phones with 7 to know.
Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear, invites you to the grand opening of our new La Vista store, the metro area's newest shopping destination. Come meet hunting and fishing celebrities, along with top-line manufacturer representatives and other outdoor experts. Enter to win once-in-a-lifetime trips and other fantastic prizes. And Cabela's will offer unbelievable savings throughout the store. Join us for the grand opening celebration and enjoy the experience outdoor enthusiasts have been waiting for. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter.
At Walker Tire and Auto Service, we value our customers. Commandment number 6. We will earn your trust.
Take the guesswork out of what to wear and how to plan your day with meteorologist Andrea Brado every 10 minutes. KETV Newswatch 7 First News. Wake up to more complete coverage.
Well, it's a holiday tradition, and the tailgaters are already out as Nebraska and Colorado meet for the 11th straight season on this Friday after Thanksgiving. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. This is Big Red Zone Game Day, and we're counting down to the kickoff of 2 Big 12 Conference games here on KETV today. I'm John Schutz, and Texas A&M are coming up in just about a half an hour, and then it's 19th-ranked Nebraska against Colorado at 2:30 right here on Channel 7. For the Buffs, well, a 2-9 season isn't exactly what they had in mind, but they can soothe some of that pain with a win over Nebraska today.
Play action. B-Jack sets up, rears back, rifles over the middle, and DeVray has it picked off at the goal line. And Baylor has come in here on homecoming 2006 and knocked off Colorado in triple overtime.
Excited to get a chance to play a final game, and no better venue to play it than Nebraska. And
I know from experience there's no better feeling than going in there and getting a win. So, that's what we're working toward this week.
First-year Colorado coach Dan Hawkins is new to this rivalry with Nebraska. He's picked up on the tone set by his predecessors, who put a special emphasis on the Huskers.
I've been doing this for a long time. Nobody needs to help me get up for the game. And I understand what you're saying. But, when you've been in those rivalries before and you've been around them, you know how heated they are. You know the emotions. You know what's at stake. And so, no, none of those guys need to help me get up for it.
There will be no bowl game for these Buffaloes this year, so this game is their one last chance to make a mark.
I don't know if it would salvage the season, but, it would sure make me feel better to go out on top and, kind of wreck Nebraska's, top 25 standing. And, getting a win there would, go a long ways in alleviating some of the pains this year's had.
I've always measured a season in many ways, but one of them is obviously finishing strong, and I think that's good in football, and it's good in life to finish strong, and it leaves you with a certain sense of accomplishment that, okay, we showed up and we did finish. And so from that standpoint, I think that's always a plus.
Ironically, if Nebraska can go down to Kansas City and win the Big 12 championship game, they would go to the Fiesta Bowl, and the likely opponent would be Boise State, the team that Dan Hawkins used to coach and, of course, left to go coach Colorado. Well, regardless of the outcome today, the Huskers are heading to Kansas City next week for that Big 12 title game, thanks to the win over Texas A&M. And Matt Schick joins us again from the Newsplex. And Matt, one receiver in particular played a big part in that win.
Yeah, John, before the A&M game, Todd Peterson had 10 catches on the season. He nearly doubled those stats down in College Station with 7 grabs, 2 of them coming on the most important drive of the season. Offensive coordinator Jay Norvell says Todd Peterson is one of the team's smartest players. Since he's a smart guy, he knows why.
I think they just feel comfortable that they can put me in any position, and I know what to do. Sometimes out there on the field, I'll be helping guys out if they forget a route. I remember a couple weeks ago in practice, one time I went out there and just completely blanked. I look over to Nate and I go, Nate, what do I got? What route do I have? And he tells me, he's like, you got the shoot, you got the whatever. I don't remember what it was. And he comes back to the huddle and he goes, takes a drink of water, looks at me, and he's like, you have never done that before,
Peterson knew exactly what he was doing in the final 2 minutes in College Station. On 4th and 3, the Huskers needed a first down for the North title.
It was a sprint out play. I was in the slot. Zach was rolling out to his right, and Terrence was outside of me. He had a comeback route, 10, 15-yard comeback route, and I had an inside pivot. But, as Zach was getting pushed further to the sideline, I realized that, he was looking for somebody else. So I just tried to, work with him. We call it the scramble drill, where you stay in phase with your quarterback and just slip behind the zone defender, and Zach made a beautiful pass. Those are the worst ones when it's a deep route and you're wide open and you're thinking, oh gosh, don't drop this, don't drop this.
The Grand Island native didn't drop it. The coaches knew he wouldn't.
Todd's gotten a reputation of a guy that's really dependable, knows what to do, and he played his best game probably as a Husker, and at the most needed time. So that was really great to see.
And Peterson is 5th on the team with 17 catches for 235 yards, none bigger than that 22-yard snag. He said a lot of fans came up to him Saturday night back in Lincoln congratulating him. And John, Peterson is definitely making a name for himself on this team, and he's only a sophomore. Not bad.
Yeah, a lot of good years still ahead of him. Matt, thanks a lot. We'll check in with you a little bit later. Last year, restoring the order was the Nebraska's stated goal when they went out to Colorado. When we return, the shoe is firmly on the other foot this year as the Buffs visit Lincoln. Hear what the Huskers expect to see in today's game. And we have the best of this season's Minute with Matt Schick. You won't want to miss it. This is Big Red Zone Game Day on KETV Newswatch 7.
The fine merchants of Brentwood Square are at your service this holiday season. Cuddly Creations Country Victorian Mall for handmade gifts at their finest. Edward Jones, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 and Saturdays by appointment. Nina Nails, complete nail care for your hands and feet. Wendy's, open until midnight for your convenience. Brentwood Square, one-stop shopping and services at its finest. And look for our holiday section on KETV.com. Happy holidays.
Call me.
Don't be afraid, you can.
Call me.
Maybe it's late, but just
call me.
Tell me and I'll be around. Bring it home, Joan.
Call me.
Don't be afraid, you can.
Call me.
Maybe it's late, but just call me. Yeah.
Oh.
For free incoming calls, switch to U.S. Cellular. We connect with you. With our new national plans, get unlimited national call me minutes.
Happy holidays, folks, from all of us at H&H Chevrolet. Tom Park with a huge opportunity now through December 2nd. When you buy any new Chevrolet from our giant inventory, you're going to get a $500 prepaid Visa card for the holidays from General Motors. Now, H&H is going to add another $500 to it, on top of the already low price that you find. And used car and truck buyers, we haven't forgotten you. You get one too, but only through December 2nd and only at H&H Chevrolet. It's fast, fun, and friendly.
I'm a bug. Not just any bug. I'm Coupon Bug. I'm new, and I'm going to save you money every day. Honest. Just log on to couponbug.com. Couponbug.com. Print out your own coupons and save. It's that easy.
Look for America's best brands at couponbug.com.
Come on. Embrace your inner bug. Log on, print your own coupons, and save. Coupon Bug. I am so easy.
Your heart just goes out to that young Nebraska fan.
Well, it can still make a Husker fan cry. This season marks the 5-year anniversary of Colorado's 62-36 win over Nebraska in Boulder. Bus fans still talk about it like it was yesterday, but this year those CU fans are suffering through a 2-9 season. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium for more of Big Red Zone Game Day. That loss in Boulder 5 years ago started a serious slide in the Nebraska football program. 4 years later, the Huskers went out to Boulder on a mission to restore the order. Last year, Colorado needed a win to advance to the Big 12 championship game, but Nebraska's Zach Taylor threw for 392 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 30-3 win over the Buffs. Colorado backed into the league championship game anyway, but this year the roles are reversed. CU is struggling, and this is it for them, their bowl game. Maybe their chance to restore what they see as the order.
I feel like they're out to prove something. You know, they're out to, you know, probably try to kill our season.
It's a big game, you know. I mean, it's a rival game, and I mean, it's just one of those games that we have to stay focused. We don't want to go down to Kansas City, you know, with a loss.
I feel like we're prepared for whatever emotion and intensity they'll bring into the game, and we're going to do what we can to match it.
Great in motion. Jackson under center, turns, hands out the Holiday, straight ahead, running.
At 2-9 with nothing to lose and no bowl game ahead, you might expect Colorado to throw everything they can at the Huskers today, but that's probably not the way it's going to go down. At least that's the thinking on the Huskers side.
I think they're going to come in here and do what they do. I don't think they're going to get radical in terms of, you know, changing everything that they've done for the last 12 weeks in a row. But I expect them to come in here highly competitive.
Some support for that theory in 12-team statistical categories in Big 12 conference games only. Colorado actually holds an advantage in 7 of those 12 categories over Nebraska. Matt Schick joins us again from the Newsplex. And Matt, even though they've won the North, not everything is perfect for Nebraska.
No, it's not, John. Thank you for letting me play the role of Debbie Downer here. The Huskers have won 5 of their 7 conference games this year, but they've struggled in the second half, particularly in the third quarter, where drives have continuously stalled, usually short of the goal line. Get this, in the Huskers' 7 conference games, they've scored a combined 7 points in the third quarter. Nebraska knows it's a problem and is looking to turn it around before the postseason comes.
Well, we just got to do a better job of executing. It's not magic. So, you know, we've looked at it. We'll continue to look at it and try to find a solution.
Well, it's tough to say, you know, we can focus any more than we already are. You know, it's our goal every time to get the ball and go score. And, you know, we just caught some tough breaks and we're not executing. And, you know, this next game's a new season for us. And, you know, hopefully we'll go out there and score a lot of points in the third quarter. We'll see how it goes. But, you know, I understand. Obviously, the fans are going to see a pattern there and wonder about it. But it's really not something we worry about. Obviously, you know, it's important to come out strong in the second half. And, you know, we've had big leads, and that would really help if we had scored in the first drives. But, you know, we're not going to get too over concerned with it. We're just going to keep playing football, and things will work out for us.
Bill Callahan said earlier this week that he's been looking into the team's second-half struggles and hopes to turn it around beginning today. John, the Huskers have scored 370 points this season, only 42 of them coming in that third quarter.
Well, you got to wonder how much of that is just the fact that Nebraska has led at halftime in 9 of the 12 games this season, 9 of the 11. You know, maybe it's just the loss of a sense of urgency. But thank you, Debbie.
You bet.
We appreciate that. We'll check in with you later, Matt. When we come back, it's the best of this year's Minute with Matt Schick. And you're going to hear Greg Austin say...
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
That answer is next. More complete coverage. This is Big Red Zone Game Day on KETV News Watch 7.
Rachel Ray is on KETV.
Hello.
Tune in after Good Morning America for the freshest new face on daytime TV.
Makes me want to shake hot pops. I'm so happy.
Rachel Ray, weekdays at 9 on KETV Channel 7. Sponsored by Williams Foods. Bring on the flavor.
The Chevy 9-Day Countdown is on, and you only have a limited time to get great deals on select vehicles from Chevy. Now until December 2nd at your participating local area Chevy dealer, we'll send you a $500 Visa gift card with the purchase of any 06 or 07 Chevy car, truck, or SUV. That's a $500 Visa gift card on top of current incentives. Hurry, this won't last long. Hurry, the Chevy 9-Day Countdown ends soon. See your local Chevy dealer by December 2nd.
The Newswatch 7 I-Team.
Bringing you investigations you won't find anywhere else.
Investigations that keep you and your family safe.
Our I-Team investigation prompted an arrest.
Turn to the Newswatch 7 I-Team for answers.
We're here to protect you.
Never give out your social security number. It's our job to bring you the story behind the big story.
Experienced investigators you can trust to keep you and your family safe.
The Newswatch 7 I-Team on KETV Newswatch 7.
Looking into getting your bachelor's degree? Get help at KETV.com. Click on our education page to learn about Bellevue University. They offer 18 accelerated bachelor degree programs that you can complete in class or online in as little as 15 months.
Money, power, love can all be yours.
I find money quite a bit.
If you believe.
When you let go, it just basically falls in your lap.
It's all about a magnetic attraction.
You just leave yourself open to it and you'll find that it's everywhere.
Could this new age science be on to something?
It's very exciting and very weird.
Or is it a bunch of hocus pocus?
It's going to be strange and unbelievable.
The law of attraction. Sunday at 10 on KETV. News Watch 7.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Big Red Zone Game Day continues as Colorado gets ready to take on Nebraska. You know, there are a lot of Colorado ties on the Nebraska side of this game. Nebraska assistants Ted Gilmore and Sean Watson are former Colorado assistants, and Nebraska receiver Maurice Purify is the uncle of former Colorado running back Bobby Purify. And our own Matt Schick, as we've mentioned, went to the University of Colorado. And Matt, we're not going to hold it against you, and apparently the Husker players haven't held it against you this year either.
Well, kind of a healthy pity they have for me out there in Lincoln. You know, every Saturday morning on Husker game days, we've brought you an inside look at Nebraska football players, asking them the tough, hard-hitting questions in our Minute with Matt features. We have sifted through all the footage, and today on the final Husker game day, we bring you a best of.
Is it possible to really give more than 100%?
You know, people always say to give 110%, but I guess that is physically impossible. So, you know, I'm going to do my best to give 100%.
If a movie were to be made about your life, who would play you?
I'm going to have to go with Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington or Will Smith.
Not ugly guys.
No, not ugly guys. Must be good-looking guys.
Okay. Who would play Courtney Grigsby?
We would have to find somebody short, but not Gary Coleman. We can't do him. It would have to be somebody short.
Not Gary Coleman. No different strokes. Who would play your love interest in the movie?
Celebrity? If I say any celebrity, my girlfriend's going to kill me. So I'm going to say Jennifer Aniston anyway.
Who's the most famous person in your cell phone?
The most famous person on my cell phone? Wow. I have to be
President Bush. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Who on the team do you know you could beat in a fight?
Beat in a fight, I would say I could beat Tishner in a fight. I know for a fact.
So you pick on guys your own size, is that what you're saying?
Well, I guess I didn't really understand the question.
Do you know any good jokes?
Well, I'm trying to think. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
I have no idea.
You just said it. Huh?
No idea. Oh, that's...
I have no idea.
That was good. All right, last
I thought you were being funny with me, for real.
I had no idea. Describe Coach Callahan's hair.
Oh, man. I don't know, it's always different. He always messing with it. He always rubbing through it. So, I mean, you never get to see it one way. But, I mean, to be up in age, I mean, I guess he got pretty good. He's not bald like most people.
Say Coach Callahan has come into halftime, and you guys aren't playing as well as you can. Edit it for us, but give us a Callahan at halftime.
You know what? He's pretty calm, so he'd say something probably like, "Hey, men, hey, go out there, bust your butts. I know you can do it. Got faith in you. You guys are the team. We're going to go out there, and we're going to roll all over them. You hear me? You feel me?"
Yeah, we had a bunch of fun with these guys this year. For the record, Lyden Murtha and I have a Bill Callahan impersonation contest scheduled for later next month. John Schutz joins us again from Lincoln. And John, they run a tight ship in Lincoln, but they're having fun, and I guess it helps when you're winning.
Yeah, I'll look forward to that. Sounds like state fair material, that little
we'll do it then. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt. We'll get your final thoughts on today's game coming up a little bit later. And when we come back, my list of what you absolutely must know about this showdown between the Buffs and the Huskers. More complete coverage. This is Big Red Zone Game Day on KETV News Watch 7.
The Chevy 9-Day Countdown is on, and you only have a limited time to get great deals on select vehicles from Chevy. Now until December 2nd at your participating local area Chevy dealer, we'll send you a $500 Visa gift card with the purchase of any 06 or 07 Chevy car, truck, or SUV. That's a $500 Visa gift card on top of current incentives. Hurry, this won't last long. Hurry, the Chevy 9-Day Countdown ends soon. See your local Chevy dealer by December 2nd.
We're being told here at the station that some of the huge savings that have been going on at Menards will continue. Is that right?
Yes, but only through tomorrow.
Don't miss the two-day specials at Menards. You'll find a 2-pack of LED flashlights for only $4.99, a 10-inch sliding compound miter saw for only $69.99, a 42-inch snowboard is only $8.75, and 13-inch dial thermometers are only $2.98. But hurry, deals this big won't last long.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas.
That's only $5 each, right?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
No. Thank you.
Oh, yeah! Honey, the Pizza Hut kid made a mistake again! I got 3 medium Pizza Hut pizzas for the same price as those other guys! Yeah!
It's no mistake. Pay just $5 each for 3 medium one-topping hand-tossed Pizza Hut pizzas. That's right, just $5 each. Want to get 3 for $5? Go for the good stuff.
Another live look at Memorial Stadium, where Colorado has won the last 2 meetings with Nebraska. You know, the Nebraska band saying goodbye to their seniors today as well. Welcome back to Big Red Zone Game Day. You know, after winning 4 of the last 5 Big 12 North Division titles, Colorado has struggled this year under first-year coach Dan Hawkins. The team is trying to avoid just their third 10-loss season in 117 years of football at the school. Here's my list of 7 things you need to know about today's game.
From left to right, the turn, they give to Pat.
Colorado tries to end a 13-game losing streak against ranked teams. And beware, the Buffs may not be as bad as their 2-9 record. 4 of those losses were by 5 points or less. And in conference games only, CU holds the advantage over Nebraska in 7 of 12 key statistical categories. That includes total defense, where Colorado ranks 2nd in the league compared to the Huskers at number 9. And this group is very good against the run.
So I'd like to play off technique, bump technique, press, you name it, they've got all of it. You know, it'll be a challenging defense to attack.
Nebraska receivers will have a distinct size advantage over Colorado's defensive backs. Not one CU starter in the secondary is taller than 5'11".
I like bumping around. I like it because I'm better on being getting off a bump around and getting open than off technique, and I just can't wait till he comes up and bump around me. After winning 2 straight games in Lincoln and playing at some tough stadiums on the road, don't expect Colorado to cower at the side of the Sea of Red.
We've been down to Georgia and played a fairly sound football game, fairly sound football team. Everybody knows what we're capable of. So I don't think I have to do much, talking and all that good stuff. But we just gotta go out and execute. Hearing them quiet is a good thing for us. So that's the biggest thing for us, is just to make them just shock them.
Colorado's offense has struggled this year. They average 140 yards per game less than Nebraska and 16 fewer points per contest. The good news for Colorado, they have the best kicker in the country, and they don't have to move the ball much to be in Mason Crosby's field goal range. Omaha Benson High School grad Mel Holliday returns to Nebraska for the first time since transferring from Wayne State University to Colorado. He's coming off his first 100-yard game at the Division I level. Well, that was also Mel Holliday's first start at Colorado, and we are now just 3.5 hours away from the kickoff here at Memorial Stadium. When we come back, some final thoughts as we count it down to kickoff. This is Big Red Zone Game Day on KETV News Watch 7.
Happy holidays, folks, from all of us at H&H Chevrolet. Tom Park with a huge opportunity now through December 2nd. When you buy any new Chevrolet from our giant inventory, you're going to get a $500 prepaid Visa card for the holidays from General Motors. Now, H&H is going to add another $500 to it, on top of the already low price that you find. And used car and truck buyers, we haven't forgotten you. You get one too, but only through December 2nd and only at H&H Chevrolet. It's fast, fun, and friendly.
Whether you need help with your taxes or year-round financial assistance, we've got just the place at KETV.com. Log on to our homepage and click on Money. You'll find tips and services from Boyle, Hess & Elliott, certified public accountants, your trusted financial advisor since 1947. From tax planning and preparation to retirement planning and QuickBook consulting and more. So when you need help with your finances, turn to KETV.com's Money page. Sponsored by Boyle, Hess & Elliott, certified public accountants.
Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear, invites you to the grand opening of our new La Vista store, the metro area's newest shopping destination. Come meet hunting and fishing celebrities, along with top-line manufacturer representatives and other outdoor experts. Enter to win once-in-a-lifetime trips and other fantastic prizes. And Cabela's will offer unbelievable savings throughout the store. Join us for the grand opening celebration and enjoy the experience outdoor enthusiasts have been waiting for. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter.
The new model year is off to a hot start during the Dodge Premier event. The all-new Nitro is pumping adrenaline alongside the fuel-efficient new Dodge Caliber. They join the newly redesigned Durango, Dakota with best-in-class overall interior room, and Dodge Ram, the longest-lasting line of pickups.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% financing for 60 months or cash allowances of $7,500 on 06 Ram 1500.
Check out Ram and all of our bold lineup during the Dodge Premier event.
Welcome back to Big Red Zone Game Day. The tuba section putting in a little overtime as the band wraps up their pregame preparations for today's game. Well, we're almost ready for Texas A&M against Texas here on Channel 7, but let's run down our final thoughts of this Nebraska-Colorado game. Matt Schick is in the Newsplex. Matt, what do you got?
Yes, John. I'm basically going to regurgitate my final thoughts from last year's Colorado pregame show. It looks like a mismatch on paper, especially in the win-loss column, everywhere you look. But it only takes history to tell you it just might be a close game after all. Remember the Lincoln game back in 2000 when Colorado came into Memorial Stadium with a 3-7 record? The Huskers had a record of 8-2. You saw Colorado put up a decent fight for a less-than-average football team, and you could argue that that was a greater mismatch on paper than today's game, and it took a Josh Brown field goal to win it at the end of regulation. The point being, Colorado gets up for this game. It's their bowl game. They circle it in spring ball, and there's no question the Buffs will be amped up, or as Callahan would say, geeked up for today. Add to that fact that the Colorado Buffaloes have won 2 straight in Lincoln, Nebraska. John, we'll give you the last word on this as we end the show.
Well, Matt, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You know, I want to go back to last Saturday night for my final thoughts. And do you remember what happened over at the Devaney Sports Center? Yeah, I know. It was basketball. The Creighton basketball team came to Lincoln with a top 25 national ranking. They were playing a banged-up, supposedly overmatched Nebraska basketball team. And what happened? The Huskers dominated that game and sent Creighton home a 73-61 loser. So what's the point? Well, Creighton coach Dana Altman always points out that his team has very little margin for error, and the same is true of this Nebraska football team. You remember that 41-29 loss to Oklahoma State? Or maybe that overtime win against Kansas? Or how about that last game against Texas A&M when Nebraska had a lead, let it slip away, and had to come back in the final seconds? Should Nebraska lose this game? Probably not. But can Colorado win it? Absolutely. So the Huskers have to show up today. Well, that's going to do it for us. Texas A&M is coming up next. A big game in the Big 12 South to determine Nebraska's opponent in the Big 12 championship game coming up next. So enjoy your Friday of football right here on KETV. Again, it's Texas A&M and Texas next, and we're back after the game with complete post-game coverage.
Got a problem and just don't know where to turn? Local experts at KETV.com can help. We've teamed up with experts in a wide variety of specialties. Are you having trouble hearing? Central Plains ENT and Audiology can help solve your hearing problems. The Adlerian Center for Mental Health and Addictions can help you feel your best. Perhaps legal problems are keeping you from living life to the fullest? Hauptman, O'Brien, Wolf, and Lathrop can help. You don't have to tackle all these problems alone. Get help from a local expert at KETV.com.
Last year, the Salvation Army helped more than 300,000 people in need. This was made possible through the generosity of folks just like you.
American National Bank is where American dreams come true.
We're proud to have the Salvation Army's red kettles in all of our banks and delighted to be the new home of the Tree of Lights.
There are always people in need. You can help by donating to the Tree of Lights. Drop money in a red kettle or donate online. KETV and American National Banks wish you the very best this holiday season.
I'm a bug. Not just any bug. I'm Coupon Bug. I'm new, and I'm going to save you money every day. Honest. Just log on to couponbug.com. Couponbug.com. Print out your own coupons and save. It's that easy.
Look for America's best brands at couponbug.com.
Come on. Embrace your inner bug. Log on, print your own coupons, and save. Coupon Bug. I am so easy.
Here's the current forecast and live radar from the Super Doppler Storm.
From KETV News Watch 7 news headlines at this hour, a tip that missing UNO student Jessica O'Grady's body is in a pond near 160th and Potter. Had a dive team searching for 2 hours this afternoon. Lewis Township divers scoured the water for any signs of a body, but the search was unproductive. In Plattsmouth, a father and son are arrested on charges of sexually assaulting 2 young girls. Cass County police believe 19-year-old William McKillen Jr. used MySpace.com to lure a 13-year-old to a park and assault her. During the investigation, police found evidence of another assault, this one between the suspect's 41-year-old father, William McKillen Sr., and a 15-year-old girl. And the rush is on for the best holiday deals. From early morning shoppers to those in it for the long haul, Black Friday deals have holiday shoppers hitting shopping centers all across the metro. We're live with the action.
I'm Rob McCartney. News and weather coming up in the next half hour. Now, Husker coverage continues with Big Red Zone Game Day.
You're watching KETV Channel 7 Omaha. More complete coverage. This is the most watched local news at 6. KETV News Watch 7.
Just how big is the bag of tricks? A field goal attempt becomes a touchdown pass to a defensive end. In the second half, an I-back attempts a pass to Nebraska's quarterback. An afternoon in the twilight zone is ugly at times, but Nebraska walks away with a win, and fans can now dream of a championship showdown, perhaps against Oklahoma. More complete coverage as KETV News Watch 7 at 6 begins in the Big Red Zone. Good evening. There was a bowl game today in Lincoln, sort of. With a 2-9 record, Colorado is treating the game like a postseason trip. Since they'll be home for the holidays, the Huskers trying to keep the momentum train rolling into Kansas City. The coaches, before the game, talking about which team's worst day is better than which team's best day. The Huskers getting some special teams help on the Colorado punt in the first quarter. Major Colbert, freshman, comes in the block. Nebraska gets good field position. 10 plays into this drive, 3rd down and 8. Zach Taylor. He's the quarterback for Nebraska, senior on senior day. To Terrence Nunn over the middle. He gets in over the pylon, 7-0. Nebraska early. Colorado doing what it can do. Hugh Charles looks like he's wrapped up. No, he's not. Nope. Going to squeak through the middle, through the hole, 44 yards before he's wrapped up in the shadows. A few plays later, Bernard Jackson to Ryer Greer. Weird name, nice play, 14 yards, tied at 7 after 1 quarter of play. Second frame, Huskers get creative. Look at the top of your screen. You'll see defensive end Barry Turner split wide on this fake field goal attempt, if you want to call it that. Backup quarterback Joe Gans is in, and yeah, he's not going to kick it. Takes the snap. Gans fooling ABC cameras and Colorado Buffaloes to Barry Turner, 30 yards, 14-7 Nebraska. Just before half, scary moment here. Zach Taylor rolling out, does not go out of bounds, sets his feet, incomplete, and he is rocked by George Hippolyte. Taylor down, looked frightening. Check out the replay as he is crunched. Joe Gans would finish the final 30 seconds of the half. Taylor, well, thank God it's halftime. Third quarter, following a Brandon Jackson fumble, Mel Holliday, the senior from Omaha Benson via Wayne State, 45 yards as he cuts back for the touchdown. And we're tied at 14 as the flag was on Nebraska. Huskers getting some big plays from its big playmaker. Check out Maurice Purifier on 3rd and 2. The tip, the one, oh boy, that's something. The drive remains alive. A few plays later, Brandon Jackson takes it in from 2 yards out, 21-14, Nebraska in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, the defense puts the clamps down after a great pooch punt by Jordan Congdon, downed at the 1. Mel Holliday downed in the end zone by Carricker and company. The safety puts the Huskers up 23-14. You talk about emptying the playbook. Huskers getting set to punt on 4th and 1. No, Zach Taylor's going to come up under center. I tried to draw him off sides. Well, I guess that didn't work. We're going to walk to the sideline, and we're going to pitch it back, hike it, direct snap to Tier Green, who goes for the first down. That is some wild play calling. Buffalo's like, what? What's going on here? Same drive, Zach Taylor to Brandon Jackson in the left corner on that same drive, 18 yards, 30-14 Nebraska. Kenny Wilson would add a late touchdown. Nebraska wins this one in dominating fashion, 37-14. And you look at the stats, they were pretty even in the beginning, but in the end, Nebraska simply wears down Colorado, a yardage advantage of 468 to 278, 10 more first downs. More importantly, 23 more points, and the Huskers are on their way to Kansas City with plenty of momentum on their side. Big Red Zone Game Day coverage is on the field with John Schutz live in Lincoln. And John, nice performance today in the end of the regular season.
Well, it was, and you know, they just got done presenting the Big 12 North Division Championship trophy to the Huskers, and the strains of "I'm Going to Kansas City" blaring over the loudspeakers. Crowd got what they wanted to see here today, a record crowd on hand as Nebraska goes to 9-3 on the season, and it is now their 35th 9-win season in the last 38 years, Matt. So it was a great effort, and you know, Bill Callahan not exactly going by the book today, was he?
No, he obviously was going to do whatever it took. He wasn't treating this like a meaningless game. Let's talk about some of those trick plays, John, especially here in the second half, or excuse me, at the end of the first half with Joe Gans. Well, actually, let's talk about this. Zach Taylor here, Brandon Jackson over to the left side, but the Huskers did have some trick plays here in this football game, and now we're on the trick plays, and look at this with Joe Gans, John. I mean, this fake field goal was something special.
Colorado realized that Joe Gans is number 12 and not the kicker. That's what I don't understand. And Barry Turner, you know, he was recruited as a tight end to some places.
And
there you see Marlon, you know.
John, you talk about the trick plays, and of course here with Zach Taylor playing receiver there and gets called for the interference, and of course the fake punt there where Zach Taylor comes up and, well, looked like he was going to draw him off sides and then didn't.
Now watch
Huskers
the acting
obviously
job
emptying the bag here, John.
Look at the acting job there by Zach Taylor. You know, I'm going to call a timeout. Whoa, here we go. And suddenly Tierra Green's got the first down. I mean, they're working on trick plays. They're working on acting. This is an unbelievable group out here today. But, you know, I got to question that throwing to Zach Taylor. He'd been knocked around pretty good already, and you're going to send him out to go catch a pass. I don't know. We're going to wait. Obviously, we're waiting for post-game. Just so you know, we're going to get post-game comments here as soon as the Huskers get in there. But things are going to be delayed a little bit now because, as I mentioned, they had the Big 12 North Division Championship Trophy presentation here just a few minutes ago.
Were you surprised at all with how Callahan emptied this bag? I mean, going into the game, the question was, well, it's Colorado's bowl game, so maybe they're going to be emptying the bag. It looked like Nebraska had more to play for here today, John.
Ironic, isn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Am I surprised? Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, this is the guy who was criticized for the game plan at USC for keeping things too close to the vest. And, you know, a lot of the talk this past week was about the second half and how Nebraska hasn't come out strong in second halves. And, well, I think maybe that was a reaction to it, don't you? I can't say for certain, but they certainly emptied the bag of tricks today, Matt.
No, definitely, definitely. They said they were going to work on those issues, especially coming up after halftime. Let's talk about Brandon Jackson here, John. I mean, this guy started out somewhat slow and had a costly fumble, but they stuck with him, John.
Yes, 6 receptions today. And, yeah, he did start slow, but, what was the alternative? Kenny Wilson went in there and fumbled, and Marlon Lucky got hurt. So, Brandon Jackson has proven over the last few weeks that this guy is the type of back that Nebraska has grown accustomed to. Now, that fumble, not good, but for the guy to come back and do what he did today, he is a hard runner. I mean, a downhill runner, and that's what I think Brandon Jackson gives to this team. He can find a great cutback runner as well. He finds the opening, and it doesn't take him long to hit that crease. And the offensive line made some adjustments today. Leiden Murtha started at the one tackle spot. He had a few problems. Chris Patrick came in, and suddenly that pass rush from that end position for Colorado was not as strong as it was. I think that was a big factor that really got Zach Taylor untracked, and he was able to get a little time and throw the football.
Back to those trick plays. ESPN asked Bill Callahan about the decision to throw to Barry Turner. Here's what he had to say.
He was a tight end in high school, so we practiced that quite a bit. We got a lot of confidence in that call. We trust him explicitly on that particular play.
And there, of course, you see Joe Gans. And that takes awareness, obviously. I mean, Colorado's got to notice that they don't have their field goal kicker. They don't have a punter back there. They have a backup quarterback. So you have to understand that something tricky is going on. That's a formation we haven't seen this year, John.
It's funny because my son's team runs this, they run the swinging gate on extra points, and I told him at the beginning of the season, that thing never works. It worked about 3 times for them this season. It kind of worked for Nebraska here, and, you got to wonder what that is, first of all. But you also have to wonder, what Colorado was thinking over there on the sideline. Take a timeout, do something. But, I talked to a former coach here in Nebraska, and he said, one of the things you have to scout is what the numbers are of the kickers so that you know when a fake kick is coming. We'll have postgame coming up here, I think, shortly, Matt.
Yep. Nebraska did, in fact, feast on Colorado today. We're going to wait for more postgame news conference, going to hand out game balls, and so much more coming up after the break.
The Chevy 9-Day Countdown is on, and you only have a limited time to get great deals on select vehicles from Chevy. Now until December 2nd at your participating local area Chevy dealer, we'll send you a $500 Visa gift card with the purchase of any 06 or 07 Chevy car, truck, or SUV. That's a $500 Visa gift card on top of current incentives. Hurry, this won't last long. Hurry, the Chevy 9-day countdown ends soon. See your local Chevy dealer by December 2nd.
Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear, invites you to the grand opening of our new La Vista store, the metro area's newest shopping destination. Come meet hunting and fishing celebrities, along with top-line manufacturer representatives and other outdoor experts. Enter to win once-in-a-lifetime trips and other fantastic prizes. And Cabela's will offer unbelievable savings throughout the store. Join us for the grand opening celebration and enjoy the experience outdoor enthusiasts have been waiting for. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter.
Last year, the Salvation Army helped more than 300,000 people in need. This was made possible through the generosity of folks just like you.
American National Bank is where American dreams come true.
We're proud to have the Salvation Army's red kettles in all of our banks and delighted to be the new home of the Tree of Lights.
There are always people in need. You can help by donating to the Tree of Lights. Drop money in a red kettle or donate online. KETV and American National Banks wish you the very best this holiday season.
The News Watch 7 IT.
News Watch 7 has been behind the scenes with the Potawatomi County investigators since May.
Gerald Close takes you inside an active murder investigation.
Pretty good idea who the victim was.
It's a person that took care of herself.
An exclusive look at how police cracked a cold case.
Caught him in several discrepancies.
Lowest killer's Tom Tomich. I don't think there's any doubt.
Bringing you investigations you won't find anywhere else.
The News Watch 7 I-Team. Only on KETV. News Watch 7.
Adam Carricker leads 18 seniors onto the field for their final game at Memorial Stadium. They go out with a win. Nebraska 37, Colorado 14. Big Red Zone game day coverage continues on KETV News Watch 7. While we wait for the post-game news conference, let's hand out the Big Red Zone game ball, the much-coveted game ball, and the credit goes to the senior quarterback, Zach Taylor. 249 yards passing, no interceptions, couple of touchdown passes. This guy took a beating today. Remember that end of the first half, taking a beating there on the sideline. Callahan was not too pleased. You had to wonder, with Taylor's history of getting knocked around, whether or not he would be around to see the end of this one, but he was around after halftime. He goes on to make the cool decisions in the second half, giving Nebraska its sweep of the Big 12 North for his final appearance before the home crowd. A nice performance by the record setter. Nebraska's spot in the Big 12 championship game was reserved like a great seat at a nice restaurant. The only question remaining, who will join the Big Red at the table? Texas could have locked up the South with a win today. The Aggies had other ideas. Down 7-6, 2.5 to go. Stephen McGee. Coach Francione calls him the heart and soul of this team. He gets in 12-7 A&M. The Longhorns quarterback, Colt McCoy, back from a neck and shoulder injury. He would not finish this game. Drilled with 30 seconds left. Michael Bennett drills him. Colt taken off on a stretcher, gives the okay signal, but the defending national champs are in the danger of missing out on the conference championship game. They lose 12-7. And if Oklahoma beats Okie State tomorrow, the Sooners will play the Huskers next Saturday in Kansas City. John Schutz coming up later on, and we'll effort some post-game conference efforts coming up after the break. Stay with us.
The Chevy 9-day countdown is on, and you only have a limited time to get great deals on select vehicles from Chevy. Now until December 2nd at your participating local area Chevy dealer, we'll send you a $500 Visa gift card with the purchase of any 06 or 07 Chevy car, truck, or SUV. That's a $500 Visa gift card on top of current incentives. Hurry, this won't last long. Hurry, the Chevy 9-day countdown ends soon. See your local Chevy dealer by December 2nd.
every Friday night, whether we're home or away, I go to Runza. It's a tradition that has helped us win football games. So Friday night, it's got to be a Swiss cheese mushroom Runza. Fresh bread, abundant supply of meat. It's perfect.
Runza's little differences make a big difference. From big, juicy burgers made from never frozen ground beef to Runza sandwiches made from scratch every morning. Like the Philly cheesesteak Runza sandwich. Back for a limited time. At Runza, the difference is real.
Blockbuster Total Access, Netflix. Essentially, they work the same way. You order movies online. They come right to your mailbox. You watch them. Then mail them back in a prepaid envelope. But what if you're thinking, let's watch another movie right away? With Netflix, you mail them back and wait. But only Blockbuster gives you the option of bringing them back to the store and exchanging them. No extra charge.
Here's your new movie, sir.
So you never have to wait.
That was fast.
Movies through the mail plus movies through the store, one low price. That's Blockbuster Total Access. Get your free trial at Blockbuster.com.
Need a hint? Give her a Christian Nobel fir in Regency Court.
The clock is winding down. In the uncompromising world of professional grade, this is crunch time. Time for the GMC Red Tag event. Time to see some red and save some green. Plus, get the confidence of the GM 100,000-mile warranty. The price on the tag is the price you'll pay. But the Red Tag event ends January 2nd, so don't delay. See your select GMC dealer today.
Welcome back to Big Red Zone game day coverage on KETV News Watch 7. Nebraska defeats Colorado by a score of 37-14. As soon as Bill Callahan steps to the podium, we will have live coverage of that Husker news conference. Let's single out some individual performances in today's game. They are our Big Red Zone game breakers, today's difference makers, and we start with senior Adam Carricker leading the way on the second half. Safety of Omaha native Mel Holliday, which may have been the clincher this afternoon, and later the sack of Jackson, one of two on the day. Adam Carricker certainly a stand-up performance today. Bill Callahan is live at the podium at Memorial Stadium. We go to him live.
Proud of, especially our special teams, the way that they stepped up, our defense and Adam Carricker and the way that he played, our offense. The way that we executed at times. Overall, it was just an excellent team win for us. We're excited about going to Arrowhead, being part of the championship game. I'm sure that'll be determined tomorrow. So there's not really much to say about who will play, but we are excited nonetheless about representing the North and going down there and doing our best. But it was just an excellent game for our football team. I was really proud of the way that we came back in the second half. We talked about our second half execution and performance at great lengths in this bye, and I was really pleased the way we came out in the second half and gained momentum and really captured the lead and took over at the end.
The trick plays, Coach, was that something you wanted to do in this game, or was it situations that popped up that were perfect?
Well, I think by and large those are plays that we've always executed. They're in our repertoire. And it just so happened that the situations were just right for those particular calls. It was an excellent job by our staff. I got to commend all the guys. You know, we break up special teams amongst the staff. So, you know, and Bill Bush coordinates it, but they're all a part of the design. They're all a part of the execution of what makes this happen. So to give credit to one guy would be unfair. You know, Dennis Wagner, Bill Bush, Sean Watson, John Blake, they all do a great job, you know, bringing up these different types of schemes and things of that nature. I was just proud of the way they executed it. Those are situations we've worked long and hard on and had an opportunity, you know, to feature today. We just were fortunate that we could have that opportunity to get those plays off. I think it's all timing. It's timing. It's feel. It's instinct. It's where the ball's at, field position. The ball has to be at the right spot. Some of those are one-way plays where the ball is placed on a certain hash. If you're on the left hash, you can make that call. But if you're not, if you're in the middle of the field of the right hash, the play's off. So there are circumstances surrounding those calls, and again, we're just fortunate, you know, that we had that opportunity to deliver on some of those plays.
Coach, on the big field goal, they just hope the other team doesn't notice who's out there, or how does that work exactly?
Well, it's just a real quick exchange of personnel. And when you go from your defense to your special teams and people are running on and off and you line up in a muddle huddle, which we've done and we've shown, they defend that. And then, of course, you have the opportunity to make a play off it. I don't know that Joey looked like a real field goal kicker out there or not, but he did his best trying to portray that. But I think we created a monster now. Barry Turner's going to be asking me to play tight end. So there's a lot of fun. Those plays, they're fun plays. They get guys stimulated in practice and kind of breaks up the monotony. You have different things. You want to be able to see what different players can do, and they certainly exhibited that today.
Bill, was there an ulterior motive to using those today in regards to next week at all?
No. No, we're trying to win this game out there. It was my head goes off to Colorado. They came in here, and they gave us everything they had. They fought hard. You saw some of the hits out there. They were collision hits. They hit hard. They're prideful guys over there. Their record's not indicative of the team that they can be. Let's face that. And we've said that to our team during this preparation. We've got a lot of respect for Colorado and for their players and their coaches. They came in here with a whole different offense that we hadn't even seen or prepared for. So we had to adjust on the fly at the half. But other than that, it was just a good win for our team. It's a good way to go down to Kansas City with some momentum and try to capitalize on that when we get down to Arrowhead.
Brandon Jackson, 34 carries, 142 yards.
Yeah. He's an all Big Ten back, in my opinion, and he ran that way. And I don't know if you're counting in his total offense, but he made a huge play, on the wheel route that came out down at the south end there in the fourth quarter. I thought that was huge. And he got isolated on the Mike linebacker and wheeled him up the boundary and made a terrific catch in the end zone. Just his overall play as a pass receiver, as a runner, as a blocker, I've said it many times, he's a complete back. And he surely demonstrated that today as you watched him play. In some of his pickups, they brought a Will corner cat off the boundary side. He scanned out, picked up the corner cat, provided the time and the release for Zach to make the play to Mo on a third down. So those plays go unnoticed, but not by this staff. We commend him for his efforts and his ability to make those things happen.
Talk about the composure Zach kept at taking some pretty hard shots there.
He did, and we wanted to get the ball out today pretty quickly. We didn't want him to hold the ball, and he held it a few times. He's got tremendous confidence in his downfield receivers and, of course, in his play. And, I sit back there sometimes and I'm yelling to throw it and get rid of the ball. And, he just has an instinct about himself that he can feel he can make a play and he'll hold the ball and he'll make something happen. But he did take a couple shots. It's just, he's a competitive guy, Sean. And, the play is never dead when the ball's in his hand. And he's gonna do everything he can to exhaust the play and exhaust progression. And that's one thing you appreciate as a coach, and you just want him to be smart so he doesn't have to do that. But he made some timely scrambles, picked up some good yardage, made some good decisions on third down. I think if you look at third down and fourth down combined, we're 11 of 18 in that category. So that's big-time football when you can execute at that level. I'm sorry? I think so. I'm biased, but that's not for me because I can't vote on our own players, Tom, but I think he is, and we'll see how the vote comes out. I think coaches across the league respect his play and the type of competitor he is, and if not, that's fine. We're team-oriented here, and the big thing is to get to Kansas City and take a crack at this championship.
Coach, Murray Purify made a couple big catches on that third quarter drive. You talk about those catches and his playing.
Well, we came in at the half, and one of the goals was to get Mo the ball early in the game. We squandered a couple opportunities with the fumble in the first half, and just when we were getting going, in the first half we just didn't break it down enough or get the opportunities to get him the ball. But in the second half, he did make some fine plays, and we were definitely isolating him and trying to get him matched up with the right matchup on defense. So those plays that he made, Steve, were huge, especially the third down square out that he caught there off that corner cat. He was a great catch, and then with his ability to take a 5-yard catch and then make it a 1st and 10 with people draped all over him, I thought that was an incredible effort, to pick up that 1 1st and 10 to make that conversion.
Coach, you talk about that. Bill Callahan live at Memorial Stadium. His post-game press conference as the Huskers defeat Colorado 37-14. We will have more from Lincoln in a moment.
The Chevy 9-Day Countdown is on, and you only have a limited time to get great deals on select vehicles from Chevy. Now until December 2nd at your participating local area Chevy dealer, we'll send you a $500 Visa gift card with the purchase of any 06 or 07 Chevy car, truck, or SUV. That's a $500 Visa gift card on top of current incentives. Hurry, this won't last long. Hurry, the Chevy 9-Day Countdown ends soon. See your local Chevy dealer by December 2nd.
At Whiffles, we're constantly developing new seed corn hybrids. This year, we're introducing an outstanding lineup with elite genetics. Throughout rigorous testing, in good growing years and bad, there was one consistent result with our new hybrids: bigger yields. Contact your Whiffles representative to plant our new, higher-yielding hybrids with Yield Guard insect protection and Roundup Ready herbicide resistance built in.
Tonight on KETV Channel 7.
Here at the station that some of the huge savings that have been going on at Menards will continue. Is that right?
Yes, but only through tomorrow.
Don't miss the 2-day specials at Menards. Like Sunbeam kitchen sets for only $9.99 after rebate. A 2400 PSI pressure washer is only $199. Hickory Farms holiday gift sets for $7.77. Deluxe gift sets for $9.99. Or classic games for only $2.99. But hurry, deals this big won't last long.
Stay connected all day with breaking news alerts from KETV.com. To sign up, enter your email address at the top of any news page and click subscribe. Sign up today for breaking news alerts at KETV.com. It's the easy way to stay connected all day.
Your 3 medium Pizza Hut pizzas.
That's only $5 each, right?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
No. Thank you.
Oh, yeah! Honey, the Pizza Hut kid made a mistake again! I got 3 medium Pizza Hut pizzas for the same price as those other guys! Yeah!
It's no mistake. Pay just $5 each for 3 medium one-topping hand-tossed Pizza Hut pizzas. That's right, just $5 each. Want to get 3 for $5? Go for the good stuff.
And welcome back. We will go back to John Schutz in Lincoln and have some player reaction from Memorial Stadium following today's 37-14 Nebraska win over Colorado. First, let's get back to our game day game breaker. Some individual performances from today's game. We kind of shortchanged Adam Carricker there because we were heading to Bill Callahan, but let's talk about him. Our first game breaker, the senior, led the way today. He set the tone early, and then in the second half here, the safety of Mel Holliday, which you could call the clincher of the game. Later, the sack of Bernard Jackson, one of 2 sacks on the day for Carricker. Certainly a standout performance today. Our other game breaker, Maurice Purify. No touches at all in the first half with his mother in the stands, but she was proud in the second half. With the game tied, Taylor finds his favorite target to push a touchdown drive down the field. That's some sweet catch there. Purify caught 2 key passes on that drive alone. You know, this season, the Huskers have struggled immediately after halftime, but today they were going to do whatever they could to get the ball rolling in the third quarter. Marlon Lucky tries the halfback pass to Matt Harrion. Incomplete. You know, in 7 Big 12 games, Nebraska scored a combined 7 points in the third this season. They doubled that output today, and look at them doing whatever they can to do it. A pass from Marlon Lucky to Zach Taylor, which was incomplete.